What made you decide to run?
That's a good question. I've been asked that a number of times. I've always believed in giving back to your community. I've always done a lot of community service work. I was advisor to the Lansing Fire Department Explorer Post, which is affiliated with the Boy Scouts of America, and it's kind of a program. And I'm real proud to say that a number of young people that I worked with in the Explorer program are working in public safety, whether it's police or fire. I was the chair of the Muscular Dystrophy Association Committee for the fire department for 10 years. Firefighters, especially the International Association of Firefighters, are very involved with muscular dystrophy in the Fill the Boot campaign, and I coordinated that for 10 years. I currently do Meals on Wheels here locally. Actually, a part of that's in my district, and it just worked out that way. I work at the mobile food pantry, which is once a month, where we bring in foods from the food bank and give away food to low-income families. So I've always believed in being involved. So the reason I'm running, to answer your question, is I retired in January. I had over 28 years, almost 29 years on the fire department, and have always felt very strongly about being involved. It's the old adage about you're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem.
You said to make sure every child has a high-quality public education, we should fully fund early education programs. Where do you propose that the funding for that comes from?
Well, first and foremost, unlike the Republicans, I believe that when we have monies that are earmarked for public education, those monies need to go to public education. Last summer in 2011, the Republicans pushed forward some tax cuts for large corporations, of which over half of that was funded, $900 million, depending on who you talk to, was funded from monies that were had been earmarked for public education. The total tax breaks were closer to $1.8 to $2 billion, of which half of that, $900 million, had been monies that were supposed to go to public schools. So I think first and foremost we need to take those monies and put them into public education. Now, as far as additional funding, I think there's certain tax loopholes. I'm not opposed to helping large corporations, but we need to be very specific in how we do that. If we're helping large corporations, they need to be creating jobs here in Michigan.
What would you say that you bring to the table that your opponent does not?
I think what I bring to the table is my my life experiences, my professional experiences. I've served on the fire department and as a union officer. I've sat on both sides of the table as a union official and as a fire chief, and through some of the most difficult times that economically that we've faced since the Great Depression. And we had a lot of tough decisions to make, but we did it in a collaborative manner.
The 2012 general election will be held on Tuesday, November 6th. For more election coverage, you can go to our website, news.jrn.msu.edu/elections2012. Aaron Jordan, My First Election, and Mason Times.